I'm here. I'm awake. I'm here. What up, everybody? Hello, and welcome to your Friday stream. Welcome to your Friday show. Hope you're doing well. I'm already in the tower. What's up? A lot of stuff to talk about today. A lot of stuff to get into, and I need to start by complaining. Yo, kids, man. That's all I'm gonna say. We had a one of those nights where Liam just would not sleep last night. So some of you guys probably saw on Twitter, I woke up literally like at 10 o'clock and we stream at 11. And believe it or not, some of you will not believe this. There's actually a fair bit of like prep work that goes into each one of these streams where I like kind of figure out what we're going to talk about, the general flow of the stream, and then, you know, thumbnail it, set it up, etc., etc. And I usually like to have all of that done an hour before the stream, because then I set the stream up, I kind of chill, I'll do, you know, some last minute things, have another cup of coffee, and get ready. So, in full transparency, I don't know what to expect from this stream. I think we'll probably be fine, but my brain, no work so good, okay? I was one of those, oh yes, gambling, yes. See, this is what I mean. Gonna be some gaps today, but we'll get that going on for you. Bada boom, bada bing. Chet, initiate the gambling. Cool. Damn it, I already lost what I was gonna say. I should just not look at chat today at all, because I understand that you guys want to be gambling and all that, but I've literally already lost my train of thought. Oh, here's what I was gonna say. I'm so tired that I was forgetting to drink my coffee. Like, I had my coffee there and sitting there, and I'm like, oh, I just got to keep plugging away at this thing. Got to get probably 2 in me before we get into the stream. And I was literally so tired that I kept forgetting it. Have you guys ever had that? You look over and you're like, yeah, and it's just, you haven't taken a sip of coffee, and you're like, damn it. So we'll get there. We will get there. Yeah, we'll get into the stuff with Secret Invasion. There's a big spread out there. I think Vanity Fair or something like that. Kind of cool. Haven't seen one of those for a Marvel project in a while, or, you know, maybe it's just me. But then again, when's the last Disney Plus MCU show? When was that? Was the last one She-Hulk? Is that actually the case? I think it might be the case. Wow, that's pretty wild. If you really think about it, that's crazy, because that was coming out around Love and Thunder time. And Love and Thunder was a big old turd, you know? I've seen some people online, by the way. I don't know if you guys have seen these people also. I've seen these people online that defend Love and Thunder, because so many people are like, dude, that movie really changed things for Taika Waititi. Like, people do not think of that dude the same way. And I've seen a lot of people being like, dude, it's not even that bad. This, you know, he's great. You can't let this one film destroy it, blah, 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 blah. I don't know, man. To me, it kind of was that bad. You know what I mean? Like, I'll still check out what Taika's going to do next. But to me, it was that bad. And it was an important movie, too. Like, holy shit. But anyways, that's kind of crazy. That's a long time, man. That's a long time between She-Hulk and now. And it seems like they really want to set these new shows up to be viewed in a completely different light. Like, they're really trying to do it differently. And, you know, I feel like we've been talking about chat for literally the past maybe 3 or 4 months, even going into late last year, about, you know, some of the things that Marvel's going to do, some of the changes that they're making, right, to the different projects, quality over quantity, and some of that stuff. So, you know, Secret Invasion really does have a good chance of getting there, of being that show, of being pretty freaking awesome. And these set photos, or these official photos, man, they look awesome. You know, very gritty, very yeah, just kind of different. Definitely, you put these side by side with She-Hulk, and You'll see. So we're going to get into that. I want to do just a little bit of show notes before my brain forgets. Here's what we're doing today. Even though it's going to be a rough day and it was a rough night last night, we're still going hard today. So we should have a big video out actually about the set photos for Captain America 4, some of the crazy leaks and rumors that are coming out for that movie and kind of like setting you up for what to expect. That video should drop later today. At 2 p.m. today, we have a Prime stream. And then at 7 p.m. tonight, we're doing a Diamond Lounge stream. And we're going to hang out. We're going to chat about all the crazy, nerdy stuff that's going on in the world. So be there tonight at 7 p.m. if you have a Diamond badge. And I think that's pretty much all the show notes. So I want to get into the Secret Invasion stuff. I also want to talk actual numbers coming out for The Mandalorian, which... honestly, to me, I was like, oof, like that's kind of a worse situation than even I thought, to be honest with you. It could recover, but we're going to talk about that. That's pretty crazy. I'm going to talk about Dungeons and Dragons in just a second here because I saw it and I think it's freaking awesome, but not the movie I thought it was going to be and not a masterpiece by any means. But I want to explain the deal with that. And then I think there's other stuff too, like Jeff Snyder was talking about some things. There's new updates in the Jonathan Majors story, which I'm absolutely certain will be brought up today by somebody, so we will probably dig into that as well. So yeah, kick back, man. Let's get into this stuff. Let me first talk Dungeons and Dragons. First of all, how many of you guys went out and rushed to the theater to see Dungeons and Dragons yesterday? I'll also accept for an answer that you've already seen it in one of the previews. Have you seen Dungeons and Dragons yet? Did you see Dungeons and Dragons? Did it hit 1 billion yet? Hey, calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Always trying to jump the gun. Void, of course. Welcome to the Nerdvengers. You are a Nerdvenger now. Wow, there's a lot more people not seeing it than I wanted to see. Holy shit. I thought we had a deal. I thought we had an arrangement. My God, man. All right, yeah. 1 billion probably way out of sight for this movie. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. You know, you guys were all being like, oh, $1 billion, oh, $1 billion. I try to talk sense into you, but you're pretty unreasonable, okay? So what I'm willing to do is maybe if we hit over 500 million plus, I will not go super hard on you guys. I'll be like, okay, yeah, so 500 million, still pretty good for a Dungeons and Dragons movie, okay? Yeah, so calm your tits. Jesus. You know, it's like you guys see a couple trailers, you've played Dungeons and Dragons a couple of times, you like Stranger Things, and then you think it's going to make $1 billion? What kind of logic is that? Ridiculous. Now, I saw the movie. Let me talk to you about it. Okay? Jeez. So obviously I went into the movie with really high expectations. I was really excited to see the film. And I'm going to tell you, to be honest with you, definitely a weird experience because as you guys know, or at least those of you that, you know, watch a lot of the streams and a lot of the videos, you guys know, like, I'm kind of picky when it comes to movies, television, and things like that, right? I can be pretty particular, and if certain things aren't working for me, it bothers me a lot, right? Here's the deal. I watched the movie, and almost, I would say probably like 20 minutes into the movie, I basically silently said to myself, this is not the movie I thought it was going to be. Yeah. And what I mean by that is, in the trailers, the movie's depicted as this really funny, you know, goofy, kind of silly adventure. I had actually thought maybe that was part of what the movie was going to be, but it was going to also have this like more epic, more serious adventure, heroic shit going on. And that's not the case. It is literally like, it is so much like a bunch of people actually playing Dungeons and Dragons that it was just different. Like I was like not expecting that. It is silly, goofy, fun the entire way. I would dare say it's a comedy. Like it is literally a comedy, okay? And it is very childish. You know what I mean? It is for younger people, I think, and it's very silly. Okay? Did I feel emasculated? No. But I felt confused a little bit where I was like, man, I really wanted it to be this thing, but it's not quite this thing, but it's, you know. But here's what's interesting about the movie, okay? I still had a blast watching it. There's so many really funny things. Like, I don't want to talk about anything too spoilery, but the one thing that I just couldn't get over that I thought was so fucking funny was the fat dragon, okay? Now, you see this dragon a little bit in the trailers. He's a chunky boy. You know what I mean? But here's the deal, dude. He is literally just a big fat ass of a dragon, and it is so funny the way that this thing moves around. The whole set piece with him was amazing. It was hilarious. It was so damn silly. So ultimately, like, this is kind of where I came out of the movie being like, I liked it. I had wanted it to link up to something a little bit more epic. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I play D&D, right? And so to me, your campaigns usually start like this, but then they get something really crazy drawn, you know, where it's like, oh shit, Vecna's actually being, you know, resurrected, or they're actually taking Vecna's hand and doing something crazy with it, or, oh man, this really big thing's happening. The ending to me felt a little anticlimactic for reasons I can't get into without spoiling it. But essentially they do the thing where there's like one bad guy, but that bad guy is not as bad as the other bad guy. But the way it kind of goes down, I was like, okay, it didn't feel as epic to me as it should have been, and it wasn't as dope. Like, the goofy side story thing never quite linked up with, oh shit, all of the Sword Coast is at stake, you know, that kind of stuff, right? However, and I think this is the more important thing. As I was, later that night, dude, I swear to God, if I had the ability to watch that movie again that very night, I would have done it. Because it was so fun. Like, it was fun. It was just fun. Like, I think that's the best way to explain it, is it's just a fun fucking ride, man. And I would have literally put the movie on again at like 8 or 9 at night, and would have just watched it again. Like, it's as far as just, if you're looking to have a fun time, and I think you know kind of what it is, it's really satisfying. Like, there's a whole lot of movie in this movie. You know, I feel like fucking Harry Styles, but it's kind of true. Like, there's a whole bunch of movie in the movie. And I liked that it felt like a movie. You know? So that's the take. And I really enjoyed it. Definitely not as epic and incredible as I thought it could be. And I actually look forward to, like, here's the thing. I think the movie's actually going to do fairly well for what it is. It's not going to make $1 billion. It might make 500 million. I still think that's kind of out of reach just from, like, the tracking I've seen. And I think Mario's going to crush. You know what I mean? Hey, Mr. JB, I appreciate that, brother. 5 gifted. Thank you so much, man. And the people that got it, you know, they should say thank you too. But my thoughts on it, like, is if this movie can be somewhat successful and they can make some money off of it, I'd love to see more entries into, like, the D&D world, like the D&D cinematic universe, if you will, right? Because the references and the world building and the lore, if you've ever played D&D, it feels so right at home, and you just want to see more. Like, they're at Neverwinter for a lot of the movie. They mention Baldur's Gate, but I don't think they ever are at Baldur's Gate. You know, they're talking about the Harpers. They're talking about Elminster. You know, all these just incredible, awesome things. Also heard something about how Joe Manganiello may well be attached to do a Dragonlance movie. And if you've ever read the Dragonlance novels or played any D&D set in Dragonlance, that's really awesome. And maybe that'll be a little bit more epic. Like, maybe that's a little bit more of like the droid I was looking for from Dungeons and Dragons. But regardless, like, I think if this movie is very successful in its execution, as a fan of D&D, I was like, damn, this is dope as hell. So I hope they do more. Hope they do more, and I hope you guys go check it out. But that's just kind of my honest take. Maybe from that or by that, you can kind of figure out your own whether or not you think you'll enjoy it or whatnot. Vito with a 20 spot. Here's 20. Buy yourself a ticket to D&D for me. I'm not seeing great value Lord of the Rings, bro. I wouldn't see this movie if Scarlett Johansson got naked halfway through it. God damn! Gonna do me like that? Vito's literally like, even Black Widow titties aren't gonna get me to D&D. Well, god damn it, Vito. That's what we call a lost cause. Sheesh. Thumber Chad. Oh, he is in the Tyranny of Dragons module? Dude, I was just talking to the boys about that last night, Jason. Thank you for that info, for the deets, for the details, my friend. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, let's look at a couple other things here before we get into the real juice, which I think, you know, the Secret Invasion stuff is awesome. But you guys know me. I do enjoy a good gloat. I do enjoy a good gloat, you know? Chat, have you ever known me to gloat? Have you ever known me to be like, told you so? No? Okay, well, that's good. Here's all the Secret Invasion stuff. But first, let's talk about The Mandalorian. Okay, look. This is going to be one of those situations where it's not that big of a deal. Many of you guys are going to be pissed that I'm even talking about it. But I was right. And so I'm compelled to focus on the thing I was right about, even though at the end of the day, the takeaway from it from most of you will be that I'm being overtly negative towards Star Wars and being a hater. A hater. Okay. So here's the Star Wars Newsnet article that's talking about this. I don't know, man. I was like digging into this a little bit, and it feels like a lot of like copium. You know, look, all good to them, and I think there's some, you know, there's some truth in sort of being like having cope for it, because I think there is a couple of different things at play here. But let me just kind of contextualize this for you guys, okay? Nowadays, it's all about like data. It's all about like viewerships, your analytics, blah, blah, blah. It's basically like the back end of the YouTube studio is on full display for these big companies now. And they can't really lie about their viewership numbers or how things are doing as much. There's still a lot of things that, you know, you can cook the books a little bit. You can do this, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, there's enough of an interest from an industry perspective and a consumer perspective to have these analytics companies getting out here and doing this stuff. Now, a couple of weeks ago, a company called Samba had essentially given out data from their analytics as to how the Mandalorian Season 3 premiere had performed, you know, compared to the other shows. And what's important, the distinction here, is that most of the time last year when we were talking about the numbers, we were talking about the Nielsen charts, okay? And Nielsen does minutes viewed, which I think is a good metric for this kind of stuff. Because at the end of the day, what do these companies want with the streaming services? They want you, it's two things. They want you to be spending time on the app watching their shit, okay? And they want you to feel like the subscription you are paying each month is worth it because you spend so much time watching said show that you enjoy on the app, okay? That's the game. And what's really interesting, I think, about the numbers that we're about to go over here is that they include everything for The Mandalorian. Not Mandalorian Season 3. Mandalorian. All 3 seasons. Just as when last year we were talking about Season 4 of Stranger Things. I believe it was Season 4. The numbers are ridiculous because people are not only binging that season, but they're going back and watching all of Stranger Things. And so all of Stranger Things is like dominating in minutes watched. Do you know what's really interesting here? It says here, The Mandalorian has made its return to Nielsen's weekly streaming rankings through February 27th to March 5th viewing window, during which Season 3 premiered and was available for 5 days. The Star Wars series star Pedro Pascal was watched for 826 million minutes, followed directly behind NCIS, which often makes the streaming charts, though usually not in such a high position. The boost came from the fact that Nielsen has now added Paramount Plus to the list, so blah, 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 blah. HBO's The Last of Us, as the series premiered just hours before the end of the Nielsen's window. This chart included much of Episode 7's viewership and the first few weeks of Episode 8's, as well as a combined viewership of the 6th episode. It scored just over 1 billion minutes viewed. Last week, the first and second place positions went to Outer Banks and Murday Murders, a Southern Scandal, 1.1 billion minutes, respectively, 2.2 and 1.1. Okay, so why does this matter so much? Well, I think the main reason that this matters, and I got this from Adam from Fanjecture. Shout out to Adam from Fanjecture. He actually posted about how right I was on Twitter and how I'm like Nostradamus of the nerds. The difficult position here is that if you look at the data for season 2, it premiered with 1.1 billion minutes watched. Do you guys realize what that means? Anybody? Bueller? Anybody? That means with an entire additional season, the show's premiere came in with less minutes watched by around 300 to 400 million minutes watched. So they got more show, more minutes to be watched by people if they gave a fuck. And yet, season 3's opening came in wildly below season 2. That's crazy. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's very bad. I think that actually paints a worse picture than what the Samba numbers painted, because the Samba numbers were basically like, yo, this thing's about 25% lower than the viewership numbers for the second season, which is like, in a vacuum, you're like, okay, that's bad, but whatever. But this indicates that it's not just the season, it is that the drive for people to go watch The Mandalorian in general is wildly low. And yes, of course, you know, I have to gloat because I called this. I actually called this, like, I want to say there was literally a nerd theory where I like literally specifically said, just looking at last year, this must have been like late last year, where I said, I don't know, man, looking at these numbers, I would not be surprised if The Mandalorian comes in like 30% lower than season 2. Yeah, I know. It's so here's the thing. Caveat, of course, to Star Wars fans, to people that are concerned. It could absolutely be the case that they just really fumbled premiering season 3. Horrible time window, not enough advertising, not enough buzz. Like, they didn't do the marketing correctly. And it is possible that by the end of this season, those numbers will be right back up to where they were in season 2. And you'll have Mandalorian Mania coming in again. It's absolutely possible that that's the case. But it ain't looking like that from Jump Street. It is, these numbers tell a very concerning story for Star Wars. I would also argue, guys, they haven't really done shit with this season as far as getting people outside of the bubble of Star Wars fans and Mando fans to be really excited about it. I'm enjoying this season, but I see no real draw. There's like, what has happened this season? You know what I mean? Like, the things that people are, that have gotten the most like pop from the audience or from like social media and stuff like that, are Zeb, who's in it for like 5 fucking seconds. It's awesome. I love Zeb. Don't get me wrong. Come back. It's all good. But the Zeb thing, and then the Ahmed Best thing, which again is awesome. A lot of love for Ahmed Best, but it is literally a cameo that you only understand if you actually are taken out of the scene. That's weird. It's weird. So damn, dude, like, here's my thing, right? And I know Disney's in like a weird spot, and I know Kathy's trying to make movies and blah, 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 blah. But I would probably, like, let's wait until Star Wars Celebration and let the announcements come out and see how social media reacts, see how people react, see what the numbers are on the trailer, etc. And if it looks as bad as it looks right now, dude, and like you continue to get these Nielsen numbers in, I mean, just fire Kathleen Kennedy, like, period. That's it. Like, I don't understand how, I don't get how many more. I don't know if I've ever seen a person literally just not do well at their job in the public sphere more than this lady. And yet I see nothing happening. I mean, the Marvel's like getting blown up right now. Like Bob Iger literally came in and blew up Marvel with Victoria Alonso. And it's literally been all week. I'm sure you guys have seen the stories. All week it's like, well, Victoria Alonso said this person was mean. Oh, yeah, well, this person said that Marvel told Victoria Alonso to suck a toe. And it's just like all week. It's like, like a bunch of fucking mudslinging teenagers. It's a high school class president, mean girls, bullshit type of situation. It's fucking stupid. And yet, nothing? Over at Lucasfilm? Nothing? Like Kathleen Kennedy's just good. Like she's just chill. What? So, just wanted to bring that up to gloat a little bit. Okay, moving right along. Let's get into the next she is. Perhaps we should talk a little Secret Invasion. Don't crap on beloved characters at the expense of your new underdeveloped female lead, Rey. That is probably good advice. Yes. Yeah. Bad Batch, Bad Batch, Bad Batch. Bad Batch is pretty decent. Bad Batch is pretty decent. You know? Oh shit, J Mike, that's wild. Was homeless for a few months, but we are good now. Hope all is well. Well, that sounds crazy. I once had to couch surf for like 3 months, so I was like kind of like homeless for a while too. It's crazy shit. We already talked about D&D. Josh, come on, man. It's Friday. What you mean? What do you mean, Bismo? What do you mean, come on? I'm just talking about the stories. What's the point of having fire shows if no one watches? That's also an incredible question. That's also a great question. What if somebody just point blank asked that to Kathy's face about Andor? Like, my biggest question, you guys are dragging me back in. I was ready to move on, but you're dragging me back in. Let me have a sip of coffee and think about what I've done. Okay, we're moving on. We're moving on to Secret Invasion. Okay. Now, let me ask you guys a question, because we just did a big video. I want to say it was like last week. It was either early this week or late last week. We did a big video talking about some crazy stuff with Secret Invasion. And I'm pretty excited for the show. Okay? I this has never happened to me before. But as we get a little closer, for some reason, all of the reason and logic that comes from 2 years straight of mid-ass fucking Marvel shows have somehow fallen into the background of my brain. I am coped up. I am just looking past that shit, and I'm incredibly excited for Secret Invasion. Thoughts? Are you as well? Where are you at for Secret Invasion? You guys hyped? Where's your hype level at? No, I said coped up. Like copium. Sheesh. Yeah. I really needed to slap 2, man. I really needed to slap 2. Guys, I feel like if this show is not really good, there will be riots in the streets. You know, I'm not sure what's going on in France and stuff. They're rioting. Maybe they've seen Secret Invasion and it's just like that bad. And they're like, dude, what the fuck happened to the Marvel Cinematic Universe? At this point, I think we really need this show to be pretty fucking dope. Okay? So we just did a big video about it. Here's some set photos coming in from Vanity Fair. They all look pretty chill to me. They just have like a very good atmosphere to them. You know what I mean? The cinematography, it looks wicked cool. Wicked cool. Look at this. What's up with this? They're going to make out or something? Do they have an intimacy coordinator for this show? Because I feel like they're about to make out. By the way, not the most awkward part. After they make out and Sam Jackson reveals himself to be a Skrull, that's when it's going to get weird. That's what the therapy's for. Another shot here, just really cool. I mean, it's just, it evokes feelings of like, you know, really mature, like serious tone. Here's Talos's daughter, maybe, or some Skrull looking in the mirror. And I think the big thing that came out with all of this via Vanity Fair was the fact that this Emilia Clarke's character is going to be Talos's daughter. You know what I mean? Which isn't even the biggest twist part of who she is. Which we don't know for sure who she is, but we kind of know who she is, right? Should we spoil it? Should we just spoil the fuck out of it? You know, Kevin Feige, you've been kind of fucking up lately, bro. I might just have to spoil the shit out of this right now. I don't know, bro. Yeah, Gabriel's got it. This could be incorrect. But the current theory is that she's also Varanki. She's also like the Skrull Queen. Or like, so essentially, she was going to be, this is what I think it is, based on what we've kind of heard. It's Talos's daughter. Is it Talos or Talos? Talos is that's a stupid name. Talos is awesome. Talos, lame as fuck. So either way, this is going to be his daughter. And also, I think Varanki. I think the Skrull Queen. Meaning, she will be the person that is behind the true invasion, the infiltration, and the secret plan to kind of like take over or whatever. Now, the reason I kind of like that is because the daughter is there during the events of Captain Marvel and whatnot, and she's like just watching this all go down, and she's like a victim of, you know, at one point like the Kree like take her hostage, I believe, or something like that, right? It's been a while since I've seen Captain Marvel. But regardless, I kind of always like when a character goes the other way, where she's going to see all of that and be like, nah, I'm going to just take over. Like, it's time the Skrull just take over, and we should be the baddest on the block. And if I learned anything from Captain Marvel, it's that women should just be beating up the men's and stealing their motorcycle shit, and that's what I'm about now, Dad. So fuck you. That would be kind of crazy, you know? Like, what a twist. So, interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. And I really do expect it to be very cool, very mature, and possibly have like some really big twists, you know? Possibly have us thinking about who could be a Skrull moving forward into the rest of this phase, all the way up into Secret Invasion, which I think would be pretty cool. I think it would be sweet. What do you guys think? Fury gonna die? I need this as a movie, Josh. Fair point. What's up, Diamond Figs? Yeah. Fair point. I'll go over that more when we get into the Q&A, but yeah, I agree with you. So I saw some people talking about you wanted Val to be the Skrull Queen. No. I mean, Val could still be a Skrull. I highly doubt that. You know what I mean? But it's possible. Damn it! I just had other things I wanted to talk about in my brain. You guys messed it up for me again. Sheesh. Oh, here's what I was saying. So I agree that like it being a movie would be really, really interesting. Marvel's in the spot right now where they've done a lot of like trying to make these 6-hour movies. And to be honest with you, that formula has not really worked. Because I think like some of the like episode 2s, 3s, 6s and 7s are like kind of lame. And if they're really going to do them as like movies, maybe they should just be like 3 episodes or like an hour and a half or something like really crazy like that. But that's not what they're doing. This season though, this show I think is a little bit different in that it will likely have cliffhangers built in. I think it's going to be what did they say, like 6 episodes that are like 40 minutes plus each, right? So this one I think is going to be very different than a lot of the other shows by design, and that's pretty cool. Like, I'm excited for that. That aspect of it's going to be sweet. Also, I think they're going to do that with Daredevil Born Again. And, Grace said some really wild shit. I wonder what you guys would think about this. She was saying that they might do this thing where all of the coming shows have, like, built-in commercial breaks. And essentially, they're going to make these shows not just for streaming, but for, like, ABC and for Hulu. And for Disney Plus with ads, because technically you can do that now. Sheep Plays, welcome back to the Nerd Avengers. I wonder what you guys think of that. I wonder what you think of that. Is the mic popping or is it your headphones? It might be a little popping. I'll pull it back just a little bit. No, dark times ahead. Well, so here's the thing. If you're watching it on Disney Plus, it's not going to be that different of an experience for you. At least I don't think. Yeah. I mean, look, it doesn't inspire a bunch of confidence and shit, right? Like, it feels weird. Like, you'd probably never hear Netflix do something like that, although Netflix did do an ad-supported tier. It's strange times right now, dude. The economy and everything, it's weird times right now. Right? So, I don't know. We'll just see, and we'll see how that develops. I will say that one of the things that's kind of interesting about that is if they are going to make it a little bit for network television, you would get some more traditional like cliffhanger, episode closure things. I've been rewatching Breaking Bad lately, which, by the way, holy shit. Breaking Bad is so good, bro. It's crazy how good that show is. Like it blows me away. And I'm so compelled to just keep watching it and binge it. It's been years since I've watched it, man. Love it. But one of the things about Breaking Bad is like it very much has closure to an episode, but leaves you like you must watch the next one. It's an incredible binge. You're like, I must watch the next one. And in a network television sense, that just makes it so you really want to go watch it next week or whatever, right? So, kind of interesting stuff going on there with Secret Invasion. Now, I want to address there was a rumor out there about Loki season 2 being delayed. I don't believe that rumor at all. However, this is going to sound so fucking fence-sitting, but it's true, and I got to cover all my bases here, so you shut your goddamn mouth and listen to me. However, it is possible that happens. That would probably have to do with Jonathan Majors. So I think this new account that's talking about all this shit, I don't think this account knows what they're talking about. Maybe they got a little info here and there, but I don't think they know what they're talking about. What they're probably doing is doing a decent guess that if this Jonathan Majors thing goes really south, that they would likely reshoot stuff for Loki season 2 and recast him. So, to be clear about what's going on in Loki season 2, Jonathan Majors is said to have many different appearances that are very important to Marvel moving forward, but don't actually take up a lot of screen time. Right? So, they could probably pretty easily change that stuff out. So, if that happens, like if this Jonathan Majors thing goes really, really bad, which I'll talk about the latest updates in just a second here, then it is possible that they would need to delay Loki. They've already delayed Loki, though, and I think Loki is going to hit this year. You know what I mean? The only thing that would change that is the Jonathan Majors situation. So let's talk about the Jonathan Majors situation just for a little bit. I don't really want to get too far into it. I honestly wasn't even going to talk about it, but it is the talk of the town. It's like what everybody's like really kind of their attention is sort of fixated on. The latest update is that Jonathan Majors' legal team has released text messages, I think mostly in an attempt to win the court of public opinion. Because otherwise, why release them publicly, right? So, the text messages came out yesterday. I'm sure many of you have read them. And what do you think? You know, before I say what I think, which some of you probably already guessed. What do you think? What do you think about the text messages? Yeah, it's funny. It's like if you look at what people are saying right now, the majority of us are like, this is not good. Makes them look worse. Why would they do that? Very dumb. Yeah, and I don't understand it either. I again, if you're supposed to be and I would assume if you're a very good lawyer, right? Like I would assume you're a very good lawyer if you're representing somebody as high profile as Jonathan Majors. I don't understand the logic in releasing those texts because is she technically saying stuff that like from a strictly legalese perspective could exonerate Jonathan of some like responsibility for it? I mean, I guess, like especially with regards to the choking thing, but it literally reads, I mean, it's just bad. It's just really bad, man. In my opinion, it reads really bad. Like this reads like somebody that's very afraid. Somebody that's in, I mean, the thing that's really weird about the situation is I think a lot of people are familiar in a personal way with domestic violence, either through their own family situation or through somebody they know. We've had these kind of experiences and we always know like the whole age-old question of why don't they just leave, you know, kind of a thing. And that sort of borderline Stockholm syndrome thing. A lot of us are like intimately familiar with what that's like. And unfortunately, the messages from his girlfriend really ring that tone. You know, they ring of a person that is afraid, that is in a very bad situation. Now, it could absolutely be the case that that's just our projection on the situation. And that if you know all the facts and maybe you've seen the video and everything, like it makes sense and all of that. I think it is a terrible look. According to Jeff Snyder, who did the Above the Line podcast yesterday, Marvel has met with his agent and they've discussed possible courses of action. So I don't think they've made a decision yet, but they have discussed possible courses of action. And I think at this point, they're going to take a course of action, regardless of what happens in court. And that will play out in about a month, I guess. Well, I guess about 2 months. He's due in court in May. We'll see if there's like a settlement or anything like that, right? But that's the latest update. And we will see what Marvel decides. I personally think we're probably looking at a recast situation. You know, I think and this is why, like, I was so bummed about this situation, and it's so bad. Like, either way, it's bad. There's kind of now a permanent stink over this whole thing. And, like, even if they recast, I don't know that it puts the toy back on the shelf in exactly the same way. You know? So, that's the latest update. That's my thoughts. And I think we'll know fairly soon. If you're a person that thinks that Jonathan is innocent, if you really, feel that in your bones and that's what you're so angry that anyone would think otherwise, you could take it, I think, as a comfort that no other big stories broke about him this week. My opinion on the matter was, especially due to those texts that came out, or the tweets rather, where people were talking about that. If there was more dirt, it was going to come out. It still could, but journalists are pretty quick to go try to find that and like tackle the angle on the story. and be the first to publish it. So you can kind of take it as a comfort, and we should knock on wood because it could drop literally in the next hour, that there's not a huge expose of all these past things and all this past stuff, right? That is actually good. But I don't think the text messages are good. So there we have it. And look, I totally get it. Here's the thing. Like, I understand it's a really emotional topic. And there's a lot of you that I think, frankly, are fucking way out of pocket with the shit you're saying in chat. But I also understand it because it comes from it's a really emotional thing. And you're bringing in your baggage. You're bringing in your, like, oh, I want this and that. And frankly, a lot of you have already decided how you feel about it. It would take an exorbitant amount of information to the counter of your current narrative to make you consider anything else. So all that really speaks to, by the way, is just human nature and also why this situation really just sucks. Like, we don't know what happened, but we do know that it sucks. And that it's just going to linger and it's going to be a stinky cloud over top of everything that they were trying to do with Kang. Probably forever. But we'll see. We'll see. That's the latest on that. I'm a national treasure? I don't know about that, but thank you. Okay, what else is going on? I think there was more stuff I wanted to get into before we got into the Q's and the A's. Oh, wasn't there more? Oh, you know what? I will say this. I'll bring this up. Working on a video. Probably going to drop Sunday. Oh, yes. Spider-Man. Thank you. We'll talk Spider-Man in just a second here, okay? That's why I got the shirt on. With the Peters. Giveaway? Yeah, we're going to do the giveaways on Monday. Here's the thing. Monday's going to be a big stream. Let me start with this. I'm going to do a ton of giveaways with a bunch of fun, nerdy things. I want to go shopping this weekend and get a couple extra nerdy things. And we're going to give away two $200 GameStop gift cards on Monday to Nerd Ventures, okay? Because somebody still didn't claim that one. There's one kind of hanging. So Monday's going to be a big stream. We're supposed to get a Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse trailer on Monday. We're supposed to get a Blue Beetle trailer on Monday. So it's going to be a big old stream where we're reacting to trailers. We're doing a bunch of giveaways. We're having some nerdy cheer. So that's what we're going to do on Monday, okay? Speaking of Across the Spider-Verse, let's just talk about that for just a second. My Time to Shine Hello teased out yesterday. You're going to see Tom, Toby, and Andrew next week, okay? Now, this is in regards to Across the Spider-Verse. But here's the thing, man, and I don't know for sure, okay? We're speculating a little bit here. But I think that's a little bit misleading on her part. Because I think the trailer for the movie may just include Spider-Man No Way Home footage and kind of do one of those things where it's basically like, you liked all the Spider-Man in Spider-Man No Way Home. Well, now you're going to watch even more Spider-Man and Across the Spider-Verse. Come see the movie. Like some shit like that. That's kind of low-key what I think is happening. However, it is possible that we're actually going to see in the movie the live action Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield stuff. That was another big rumor that's been going around, that they're actually going to like Who Framed Roger Rabbit this shit and have like the actual live action version of like Tobey, Tom, and all of them, and then the animated stuff. I don't know if I love that, to be honest, but that is a big rumor out there for Across the Spider-Verse. So we'll see. We'll talk about it on Monday. It should be a really good time. Hopefully a really fun trailer, but that's the update on that. Can you let us gamble more than only once, please? What you mean? Game over, Jesse. Jesus. Yeah. Yeah, I understand some people hung up on the hypocrisies of the situations, guys, but hypocrisy doesn't equal innocent. Like, just because other people have done horrible shit and gotten away with it does not mean that A, Jonathan Majors has or has not done horrible shit, or B, should get away with it. I'm sorry, that can't be the argument. Like, the argument can't be, oh yeah, no, he beat the shit out of her, but so did so-and-so, so fuck it. Bro, what planet are we on? No. That doesn't equal that. Sheesh. Sheesh. But so-and-so did what and what? Oh, my God. Yeah, so hopefully Spider-Man's on Monday. Spider-Man's take the pain away. You know? Spider-Man, take the pain away. And bring us to the Holy Land. What else? There's something else I wanted to talk about. You guys made me forget again. It's definitely not the fact that I have zero sleep. So shut your mouth when you're talking to me. Oh, you know what? Let's talk about the Superman shit. Can we talk about the Superman shit? I've been dying to talk about the Superman shit. Can I talk about the Superman shit? Have you heard about the Superman shit? Can we talk about the Superman shit? Oh, Foggy. Thank you. Yo, Chris, you're going to have to remind me in a little bit, bruh. Because I'm going to forget about that shit. Remind me in like 3 minutes. Because that's just go right out the brain. Take care, Patrick. Okay. Your nose whistling on Monday Night Nerd Theory. Does it whistle on Mondays? Am I like... Look, I do this thing that you guys might not have heard about. It's called breathing. Okay. Let's talk about the Superman shit, dude. So, Grace Randolph, here's what had happened. You see, Grace Randolph shared something about the casting for Superman Legacy. And she was talking about how they're very close. They have a short list, etc., etc. And James Gunn came out and said, that's not true at all. Fuck you, Grace, basically. Right? And so then Grace had kind of doubled down. Because here's the thing. Like, say what you will about Grace. Actually, don't. Keep it to yourself. But say what you will about Grace. But one thing that she is like... And I was watching her stream, I think it was yesterday... And she's like, I hate injustice, so I'm not going to let somebody just prevent me from doing what I have to do with my job. When it comes to her talking about scoops. Okay? So, in that attitude, which I love it, by the way, I'm of a similar mindset, you know, where I'm like, dude, fuck this dude, you know, just getting on social media trying to close out what people are just doing. Like, people are just minding their own business. You are the president of DC. What you're doing and what you're planning is fair game. People talk about, speculate, report on, dude. This is the dude that called out actual trade reporters on his massive social media account, right? I'm all about, like, literally all my homies hate James Gunn. So I thought it was awesome. And she goes, basically, oh, since it's not true, I'll tell you his top choice right now. And it was Lehman. Literally, I think the dude's name is Lehman Lerman. Okay? Am I wrong? I think it's Lehman Lerman. And I feel bad. Because this guy caught a stray too. Okay? So she's talking about how it's going to be this guy. It was the guy that was going to be Logan Lerman. Lehman Lergan. Lergan Lehman. Logan. Somebody just put it into the chat. Yeah, the Percy Jackson guy. Thank you, Lee. I appreciate that, man. The Lee Percy Jackson guy. The Percy Jackson kid. Okay? She said that was James Gunn's top pick. James Gunn literally comes out. Oh my God, bro. And he's literally like, I have no idea who this is. I've never heard of this person or some shit like that. So he couldn't just say, you know, we haven't cast it at all. This continues to be untrue because there is no shortlist. That would have been nice. Instead, he burns all kinds of bridges and throws a bunch of shade at this fucking kid. Logan Lerman, Lehman Lergan guy. You know? And you know the other thing, too? I literally believe Grace. I think other people had that story, too. And I think other people just didn't want to talk about it because James Gunn would do some shit like this. And this is like the ultimate petty ridiculousness. You know, some of you guys are like, bro, it doesn't matter that he puts his wife into everything. He's not the casting director. Therefore, fuck you. And it's like, okay, but it kind of seems like extreme nepotism and narcissism to a degree that's like, well, frankly, kind of concerning, considering that his actual job is just creating 4-quadrant content with lovely, amazing characters. from the DC universe. This dude is literally so petty that he may have just scratched off his top choice for Superman because of Twitter beef. Maybe just shut the fuck up and make the Superman movie. Maybe that. It's just so stupid, man. And I will say this too, because I think some people, would bring up, and maybe rightfully so, that I'm obviously biased because of my situation with James Gunn. And that is absolutely fair. But here's the other thing. Let me just ask you, are you having a good time when it comes to getting ready for the DCU? Has it been a good time? You having a good time? Is this a nice experience? Is this a good ride? So when the actual information comes out about the Superman movie and the future of the DC stuff, I think what they don't understand is that this stink and all this bullshit, all this stuff that is literally spun up from on social media from James Gunn, that's going to linger. That's going to be there. It's going to be a part of the conversation. It's like basic consumer behavior type stuff. And all I'll say is good luck, man. At some point, your idiocy and complete ineptitude when it comes to navigating this transition will affect the actual skills you have that I actually am in awe of sometimes. And that is your ability to tell stories through the cinematic lens. Eventually, those two things are going to collide. And especially when you are not the guy that has the goodwill of the fandom going into this reboot, I just don't understand why you're doing this. I just really don't. I think it is stupid as fuck, frankly. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see very soon. As far as the casting itself, I don't mind it. I don't mind that kind of a dude for Superman, but I think a lot of people will. What do you guys think? If it was the Legan Lerman Leon dude, if it is that guy or somebody like him, what do you think? Logan is too short. Cavill only. Pass. Don't like it at all. Hard to go from Cavill to that guy. Yeah, so it's Logan Lerman. I said that! Alfonso, I've been saying that all day. Legan Lerman Logan. Holy shit. Here's the deal. Let's just be real. Can we call it what it is? Can we fucking call it what it is? He's doing a twink-ass Superman. No offense to Logan Lerman, Legan Logan guy. He's doing a twink-ass Superman. That's what he's doing. That's what James Gunn is doing. Okay? And let's also be real about something. And look, is this the deprivation? Absolutely. Is this Elise is about to drop the kill switch on the stream? Probably. So let me try to get this out before she does. I can't stand the fact that Robert Pattinson wouldn't pick up a goddamn barbell to get in shape for the Batman. And now you're going to do a twink-ass Superman that isn't jacked to the gills? Holy shit. I feel personally attacked. Wow. This is what we're doing? Twinkie Superman. Holy shit. Holy shit, dude. Oh my God. Promise you this. No, I shouldn't do that promise. Never mind. Let's pull it back. Pull it back a little bit. At the end of the day, good luck, James Dumb. There were other words I just said in my head, just so you know. But we kept them inside. We're keeping it professional. It's a fucking family show. It's a fucking family show! Whew. Okay. Anyway, what else? What else? There's something else. Something else going on. This is a family show. Oh, jeez. Come on. Oh, Foggy. Okay, cool. Let's talk about Foggy. Thank you, Chris. Respect. So, remember a couple of weeks ago when we talked about the story that Foggy Nelson and Karen Page weren't going to be in the Daredevil show at all? And there was that one guy that was like, I'm going to literally go jump off the Brooklyn Bridge. There's nothing else to live for. Fuck you, Kevin Feige. Ah! Do you guys remember that guy? Is that guy in here today? Are you in here, dude? Y'all remember? Well, that guy can rest at ease. Okay? Not like, maybe a poor choice of words for me. But that guy can not do horrible things now. Because, according to Can We Get Some Toast, who 50% of the time I like. You know. The other 50% of the time, I swear to God. But, so he came out and basically said that they absolutely 100% filmed something with Foggy Nelson for Daredevil Born Again. Let's go, boys. Let's go, boys. It's exciting shit. So that's great, man. Like, honestly, yo, fuck Karen Page, am I right? Who gives a shit about Karen Page? It's about Foggy, man. And I'm glad that they're going to do something and have a scene with Foggy Nelson. I think that's going to be really feel good. Just want 100K? Delete his account. Delete his account. Yeah. Okay, what else? What else is going on? Do you guys know that in comics, Karen Page sells the identity of Matt Murdock for heroin? Somebody fact check me on that, but I'm pretty sure that happened in Bendis' run. The moment I saw Karen Page on the screen, I was like, this fucking bitch right here. This fucking bitch right here. Yeah. So I always knew it was like sort of circling the drain with Karen Page. Get her out of here. You know? Get her out of here. Shit. Dodged a bullet on that one. How about D&D going straight to streaming because it's bombing? How dare you? How dare you? No, you don't say that. You don't say that. Okay, is there anything else? Any other crazy stuff that we got to talk about, guys? Oh, you know what? Fucking E3 was canceled. How about that? It's wild. It's wild. E3, that's kind of like an institution of my nerdy life, man. Wow. Does D&D beat Shazam 2? I think so, yes. I think so. Yeah, it's wild, huh? They canceled the whole damn show, bro. Now, I know it had been kind of on rocky ground. I always thought, though, they were going to, like, reinvigorate it, you know, come up with some new ideas or something like that. Like E3, what? What's E3? Get out of here, bro. E3 used to be the thing that, like, that's the big spot. It was like San Diego Comic-Con for video games. That's where you showed all your cool shit. Every E3, there would be some really awesome game showcase, and then that was the talk of the town until it came out. So that's really what it was, man. The world is changing. The world is changing. Yeah, trade shows are too expensive. I hear you, but why not, like, come up with a new digital live stream version of it or something? You know, like, why not adapt? Did I see Netflix is doing shorts now? I did not see that. Really? Wow. I didn't see that shit, no. Wait, it's like canceled? I mean, I don't see how they bring it back. Maybe they'll bring it back in some new form. That would be cool. But for now, it's just canceled. And it's like, damn, dude, like, that's a kind of kick to the balls, huh? That's a kick to the freaking balls right there. Oh, you know what I just realized too? Super ADD moment. Earlier in the stream, I was going to tease out the Star Wars video I'm working on. So it'll probably come out Sunday just because like things are kind of moving slow. It's been a rough week, okay? But the newest bits for Ahsoka, oh my God, bro. Everything that comes out of Ahsoka, I'm just like, boner alert. Like, this is amazing. Oh my God, I'm so excited for Ahsoka. It's like the first Star Wars thing in a long time that I'm like, dude, gimme. I'm quite excited. And it's a little spoilery, so we're going to put it into a video. I didn't want to talk about it on a stream. But, dude, very excited. So look out for that video probably on Sunday. Ahsoka will save the fandom? Probably not. But it will give us something to all point to and say, everybody liked that. So do more of that. And hopefully Lucasfilm isn't so daft that they ignore that messaging. If it happens. Yano. Yeah. Josh, control your hype. I'm excited about the spoilers, though, but will temper myself. Well, you're a better man than me and Alfonso. Here's the pattern, okay? And, yeah, it's crazy. So, complete skepticism. It's going to suck. Then, as information trickles out, take the information, fit it into a story in the best possible version, the most exciting, incredible thing that it possibly could be. And then when the actual show comes out, compare that to the absolutely flawless, perfect fan fiction that you have in your head. And if the show doesn't meet that expectations, shit on it for like 8 weeks straight. So, that's the pattern. Now, it's possible that the show actually does it, and it meets my expectations, and I'm like, let's go. And then it's like, oh. Perfection. I think your ADD kicked in before you said anything about Spider-Man, or I totally missed it. No, I talked about Spider-Man. It's just the trailer next week for Across the Spider-Verse. Maybe we'll see all the Tobies. The Toby men. Have you seen the analysis from Patreon Analytics of Mando's ratings? The Patreon Analytics stuff paints it in a positive light. So I ignored it. Ahsoka, 50% story, 50% fan fiction, fan service. I'm all for it. Boom, shakalaka. Boom, shakalaka. Toby the Giga Chad. Indeed. Indeed. Okay, should we just get into Q&A, guys? Even the remaining Mando leaks sound good, but they left stuff too late. I haven't checked up on the Mando leaks, to be honest with you. Did they put out some new stuff? Some crazy stuff? Is it making Star Wars? I want to know. I want to know. Tell me. Tell me all about it. Tell me all about it. Okay. What the fuck? All right, let's start getting into these super chats. Let's go over all of this. Then we're going to get out of here, guys. I apologize. No call-ins today. I will do a Prime stream at 2 p.m. If you're a Prime member, be there. And then at 7 p.m., we're getting into the Diamond Lounge. We're going to have a bunch of booze, and we're going to talk that bullshit, okay? Because there's just so much tea, so much drama, so much bullshit over the past couple of weeks, to be honest with you. I could use a drink. I could use a smoke. And, yeah, we're going to talk all that drama. Overbound Game Studio with a $10 holla says that music at the start of the stream is slapping. Know what it is? Yeah, it was a song from... It was another Stream Beat song. But it was a... I'd have to find it again, man. But it is a... Yeah, it was really cool. I liked that song a lot. Glad you enjoyed it. Axe Arc says, no squeeze. Bad baby. I know, right? Axid, member for 25 months. Thank you so much. Says Chris Evans should have become like a new Nick Fury and shown up at the end of each show to recruit them to the new Avengers. That's kind of interesting. That would have been fun. I think something similar to that would have helped pull things together. But alas, it is too late. Void, of course, again, thank you so much for joining the Nerd Ventures. Rav says, Josh, went to see D&D today, had low expectations due to your shilling. Started slow, but got better and better. Recommend everyone watch. You see that, guys? You see that? That's why you should listen to my shilling. Mr. JB, thanks again for the 5 gifted. Vito, here's 20. Buy yourself a ticket for D&D for me. I'm not seeing that great value Lord of the Rings, bruh. I wouldn't see this movie if Scarlett Johansson got naked halfway through it. Well, joke's on you because she does, and you'll never know unless you go see it. Darth says, I don't play D&D, but I enjoyed the movie. 8 out of 10. Nice. Jimmy B says, D&D kind of slapped. Solid 8 out of 10, and the daughter also enjoyed it. Nice to be pleasantly surprised. Hey, are you hearing this? Are you guys hearing this? And you're seriously not going to go see the movie? Jeez, man. Don't listen to me. Listen to all these other people that are agreeing with me. Carl says, since we're gloating, D&D box office, ... Discuss. Star Wars is back! Nerd Ventures for life. Okay, yeah, so here's the thing. There's no way around it. You guys were really wrong about the $1 billion box office. It's fine. It's okay. But yeah, I don't think it's getting near that. I mean, like I said, 500 million probably. Star Wars is back. What? Parker Gonzo says, hey, smash that like button, fellas. Happy Friday, Nerd Vengers. Appreciate you, Parker. J Mike Gaming says, what's up, Josh? Haven't been able to catch a live stream in a few months. Was homeless for a few months, but we are good now. Hope all is well, man. I hope all is well for you, sir. That sounds like some dark times, but, you know, you can get through it. People have before. So Jeet says, Amelia Clark can secretly invade my world any day. Right on, bro. Diamond Figs with a $20 holla says, what's good, Josh? Tuned in right now on an 8-hour road trip. You think that Luke in season 2 set an unattainable bar in terms of fan expectations? Feels like Mando is past its prime after 2.5 seasons. Hope season 3 doesn't stay the mid-DeLorean. Yeah. Depending on how this season ends, I may actually have the take that it should have just ended after season 2. Depending on how the season ends, I will literally say it should have just ended after season 2. Which kind of sucks, but we'll see. Chipawee says, what if at the ending of the series we see Rhodey is not only a sleeper Skrull, but he died before Iron Man 2 and Rhodes has been undercover? Wow. That would be intense. I would really like that, but I think there's a lot of people that are like actually want to see development with Rhodey as well. So I don't really know. We'll have to see. Diamond Fix says, if these MCU shows start getting written with commercial breaks in mind, I'm scared we'll get 5 new Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. vibe shows every year. Well, I think the 5 thing you don't have to worry about, because I think they're going to literally go down to like 2 shows a year. That's like what I'm hearing. That's what a lot of people have been hearing. Basically probably going to try to pull that back to like 2, maybe 3 shows a year. The formula going forward for Marvel seems like they're going to try to stick to 3 movies and 2 shows a year, which will actually allow them a lot of pivot time because they have so much in the pipeline from production that they have time to kind of like shift into that, right? Sajid says, I think this show sets the bar at a new level, and it may end up hurting future projects too reverent for old formulas compared to this. I see this DDBA plus Loki really standing above the others. Yeah, that would be kind of an unfortunate thing unless, right? Unless they actually are going to take all these shows up to that level. Like, it is possible. Like, if you think about it, Agatha might not come out till 2025. They've got plenty of time to try to, like, craft that into a better, you know, weekly experience. I mean, they literally just fired and hired the writers on Thunderbolts, and they're going to start shooting in June. Like, they don't give a fuck. Like, that's the Marvel way. And it has been the Marvel way. I would feel a little bit more comfortable if they, like, actually had the plan going into it, right? But to be fair, they've always done this. You know what I mean? They've always... like, we've got a rough idea. We're going to tweak it as we go. And so we'll see. Lewis says, Warner Brothers have 8 months and the money. Reshoot Mira's scene in Aquaman 2 with Deborah Ann Wool. Sure. They just probably are not going to do that, dude. I mean, I agree. That would be cool, but... Josh, why is the No Way Home trailer showing in IMAX? I have no idea. Zero idea. Maybe they're going to do a thing with, like, No Way Home and Across the Spider-Verse, a double feature or something, you know? We'll see. Lee says, hey, yo, hope everyone is having a phenomenal day. I'm by far not a diehard D&D fan, but I would definitely be interested if they redid / brought back the early 80s version animated show where there was like 2 to 3 seasons. I agree. I like that show a lot. Had a really fun vibe. That would be great, man. Sajid says, I wish someone could comfort Gunn in real life where he can't hide behind a methodically crafted Twitter response and paint himself always as innocent plus flippant. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think we'll see if he ever gets like a difficult question in person. And then we'll see if he reacts to that in person. I think, too, and this is just another sort of layer to his boneheadedness, why would you make an enemy of the media? I mean, dude, literally calling out Variety? That's big money, dude. Like, that's ad revenue, big money industry that I'm absolutely positive has more connections to Hollywood executives than you do, Mr. Gunn. Why would you do that? Because now the likelihood of you getting that difficult question just went way up. You know, again, we're going to see how this all plays out in the next couple of years, but I just think a very stupid, dumb decision. The Gatekeeper's Dymo says, rumor has it Harry Styles will be Superman. I wouldn't even be surprised, to be honest with you. Renzi says, hey man, you possibly looking for a video editor? Love all things Marvel and would love to help you out with your content. Send me an email at thedenofnerds@gmail.com. I am actually looking for another editor just because, like, dude, it's tough. Like, Fernie's doing incredible work, but like he just can't do all the videos I want to do each week and have them all come out in like a timely manner. So I am actually looking for some editing help. Villains, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. Isaiah Peters, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. You are a Nerd Venger now. C-Dub says, I got my ticks for D&D tonight and Mario next Wednesday. F the haters. I'm pumped. Long live the den. Thank you, C-Dub. And I'm excited for Mario as well. I think that's going to be really fun. Like, this is kind of a really nice stretch of movies that have nothing to do with superhero stuff that are feeling fresh or feeling really good, man. Like John Wick 4, hell of a time in theaters. Dungeons and Dragons, incredibly fun ride. It was really fun. And Mario, I expect to be probably way better than I'm even anticipating. Like, I don't have a lot of hype for Mario, but everything I've seen, I'm like, that looks spot on and great. So I expect that to be really dope too, man. It's a nice stretch of movies. It's good shit. I'm into it. 34 Virgo says 2 mutants in Cap 4. That's not exactly the case. I'm going to explain that more in the video I do today, which is crazy because, like, we already had this big Captain America 4 video, and then Jeff Snyder said some even more stuff, so I'm going to put that into the video as well today. So I actually have to get out of here because I got to go work on that, but we'll get through these messages here. Bronchacho says, imagine if all these new Force-sensitive characters converge at one point and join forces with Luke to start a new Jedi Order together. That would be incredible. That would be incredible. I strongly feel like the Thrawn Ahsoka stuff is going to be totally separate, though, which, again, I will talk more about in the video on Sunday. Unknown Nintendo says, been waiting on my first Diamond Lounge stream. Hopefully, I can make it tonight. Well, yeah, just get on the Discord. That's how you get the access, and it's going to be a fun time. Okay, Scrumbo says, how much toast do you need to eat to don a name like Can We Get Some Toast? Do you store bread in the freezer? Do you have a PA that butters your muffins? Yeah, man. Who butters your bread? You know what I mean? Mike Snow says, haven't caught a live stream in a while. Just wanted to say much love to all the Nerd Vengers. Appreciate you, bro. Lou Bang says, is I crazy to expect Secret Wars to have Lord of the Rings vibes with a Marvel skin? Yeah, there's no indication of that, man. Unfortunately, that's probably not going to be the way it goes. Maybe there'll be a Battle World movie with that, which would be awesome. But I don't think so, because you can't strike the nostalgia properly if you bend the character in such a way as to make them a high fantasy version. I love Secret Wars and what Jonathan Hickman did with that. It was great. but it works because we've been reading so much of that. Anybody that's even reading Secret Wars as a comic is like really sweaty. The normies don't have that, so you can't like get that nostalgia. You guys know what I'm saying? You understand? Words, man. Diamond Fig says, Gunn wants the weirdest vibe to fans to be like, keep those cows from mooing till they stop spitting out money. F you. Wait and watch what I make. Hard to be excited when that's the prez of the company. Yeah, I kind of feel you on that, to be honest with you. I kind of feel you on that. Brian Lara says, I loved your Daredevil video, Josh. I'm hyped for the show and the shift in tone we're going to get compared to other Disney Plus shows. Excited for the Street Heroes. Me too, Brian. Honestly, we need it, bro. We need it, and I think it's going to be really good, and I'm excited. So, hell yeah, bro. Mikkel says, happy Friday to Josh and everyone in the tower. Headed to MegaCon Orlando, Florida tomorrow. First con. Super excited. If anyone will be there, hit me up. Dude, that's awesome. I love Comic-Cons. I'm really missing the Comic-Con scene, man. So, I'm hoping to be able to get into some cons this year. Although, right now, things are just so busy and crazy, you know? Like, having a kid is kind of wild. It's like this little, like, human that, like, depends on you constantly and stuff. It's like, it's pretty crazy. So, anyway, I'll hang in chat for just a little bit, and then we're going to get on out of here, guys. I got to work on that video. Prime stream at 2. Diamond Lounge at 7 p.m. Your last 5 videos have been done a lot better than the 5 before, which is good. Yeah, click-clack, 100%. 100% agree with that. New York Comic Con is the best. I go every year. My absolute favorite to go. Well, Dean, we're actually doing a meetup at New York Comic Con. So myself and a lot of the Nerd Avengers, we're all going to go to New York Comic Con this year, like in October. And that should be really fun, man. Gotta raise Bo Din vids poppin' Diamond Lounge stream later. Life has improved since becoming a Nerd Avenger. Appreciate you. Nerd Avengers for life. Hell yeah, man. I'm excited to get in the Diamond Lounge later. It's gonna be fun. Metal X, welcome back to the Nerd Avengers, man. You are a Nerd Avenger once again. Yeah, New York Comic Con is gonna be a really good time. So the current plan is we'll meet up. I'm gonna do a raffle. I'm hoping to get like a bunch of press passes, and I'm gonna do a raffle for some of you guys to come in and have press access with us. We'll do some panels. We'll have a lot of fun. And I'm kind of thinking maybe Friday night we'll have a big dinner. Maybe we'll hit a few bars and just kind of have fun together. How long do you have to be a Nerd Avenger? 6 months. Xander, 6 months. It's not an easy task, okay? Basically, I have to make sure you're not going to try to go cancel me. So if you can commit for 6 months, then we get into the Diamond Lounge and we talk our shit. That's what it is. That's what it is. What time is the lounge? 7 p.m. Bro, I'm losing so much nerd coin. All right, let me give it a little bit more coin to everybody. Here's 10,000. Boom. 10,000! 10,000! Will Elisa let me take you to the clubs when you come to New York City? I'm going to say probably not, but we'll see. We shall see. I'll tell you this. I'll guarantee you that we're going to have some wild times. That's all I'll say. All I'll say is that we're going to have some wild times. Okay? We'll make some memories. I've only been a member for 3 months. Can you let me into the Diamond Lounge anyway? No. And now you're banned for life. Liam, for Superman? Maybe. I haven't watched Jujutsu Kaisen. I've heard it's great, though. That's one that I haven't seen yet. So. Legal blinkers in New York City. That's true. Can you imagine, like, all of the Nerd Ventures just rolling up to, like, one of those fucking vans that they sell out of, like, in Manhattan? Oh, my God, bro. We'll see. We'll see. Let's just try. Here's the things that I ask. Let's just try to not end up on, like, the news. Let's try to not end up on social media via a scandal or some crazy shit. Let's just try to keep it chill. Yeah, and we'll paint the town red, as they say. You know, it'll be okay. Jujutsu Kaisen is really overhyped. What? Okay. Yeah. This is your Hero to or My Hero Academia? I will. I'll catch up on it. I will catch up on it. Scandal would be good for clicks. I mean, I don't know if I agree, brother. Sajid says, I'm barely missing the Diamond Lounge. About to be 6-month member in like 5 days. When's the next one? Well, Sajid, hit somebody up on Discord. We can get you in. Basically, if you're over 5 months, we could probably get you in, but you still got to prove that to one of the mods. Bruh, I'm going to stay in Queens and pretend I don't know y'all. Okay, cool. So we're going to Queens, everybody. Let's go. We're just going to wander around Queens and just be like, Moss, come out and play. Moss. So, definitely all get arrested. It's going to be fun. Someone put the Discord link into the chat. Yeah, somebody do that. Somebody do that. Hey, you know what? I think we made it. You know, I don't think there's anything. I don't think we said anything cancelable today. You know, we may have gotten close. You know, we may have skated on some thin ice, but I think we made it out, which is frankly amazing. Consider the complete lack of sleep that I have. The brain not even operating that well, you know? So, I think we did it. I think we did it, man. All right, everybody. Much love to you all. I'm going to get on out of here. I'll see some of you at 2 p.m. I'll see some of you at 7 p.m. And the rest of you better go watch this video because it's going to be freaking awesome. As I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video. Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? Okay, look, I've got a question for you guys real quick, okay? When you order fish and chips, do you think that the chips should be chips? Or should they be fries? If you get fish and chips, what are you expecting? You expecting some chips? Or are you expecting some fries? Fries. Okay. All right. You don't have to yell at me. Jeez. Okay. I'm just asking your opinion on a crazy fight that Elisa and I had the other day. You know, just relax, everybody. Okay. Jeez. Holy cow. Anyway. You know, thanks for being here. And sorry it wasn't the most prepared stream. You know, got a little crazy, got a little goofy and everything, and it's all good. Much love to you guys, and just don't bring this up to Elisa at all. Okay. make sure you open up your third eye and wash out your stinky butt. All right, see you later.